Fact. All right. Shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all honor and glory and praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, Salakia. To all the Akim out there teaching and preaching this truth with 144% sincerity. To the men, women, and children listen, learning. To the Bayasha Dabadat, the house of David. I am Ayashatad.
And I'm Karatazah.
And this is Men of Valor. We're coming to you with a lesson today. And what's it going to be titled?
A lesson on the destruction of Babylon, the judgment of Babylon and the other Confederate nations that are in league with them, that they're going to go down in the valley of Yahweh Shaphat in World War III, as the prophecy in the Bible speaks of, in the book of Jeremiah.
God.
And we're not gonna get too deep into it, make it a quick hit, but just go into the judgment, and what's to come, because we're getting closer day by day. It's in the spirit. More people in the world are just fed up with the system, man. Even the actions by the leaders in the world right now, they show that. They're not having it with so-called America, aka Babylon.
This whore.
And they're the devil comes knows that his time is short, as it says in Revelations 12:12, So he's coming down with wrath.
God.
So we're gonna start out in the book of Revelations, chapter 17, verse 1, and it reads. It says, and there came one of the 7 angels, which had the 7 vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, come hither, I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters. And we know that great whore, to be America, with all the embassies, she's pretty much in every country around the world,
God.
I'm going to get verse 2, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication. And pretty much there, they committed fornication by, joining her. You got the UN, you got, they're all combined, and who's in leadership, pretty much of everything is America.
God.
That's who everybody follows right now. The world's greatest so-called democracy. Continuing on, and fornication. What does fornication mean?
That fornication is a whoredom. All right.
And pretty much y'all fucked us and been fucking us since the beginning.
God, and you don't plan to stop. That's why Yahweh Hashem Yahushai has to take you down. Because you are the devil that the Bible speaks of. All right? Yeah. All you other nations outside of the nation of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Western Indians, Haitians, Puerto Ricans, Guatemalans, Argentinians, Mexicans. All right, as you see on the sign behind us. Right, you're Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, who the world English calls God, Jesus Christ, Jehovah. All right, you're the chosen people. All right.
Reading on, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. That wine is the destruction. Right there, it pertains to the destruction of her. They done slipped something in everybody's drink, and got them following after her, and they know that her ways ain't right.
Because it's continuously, America continuously goes around pushing their democracy, all right, and they push their democracy in their way of death. You can't even really say way of life; it's a way of death. They lead all these other nations to death. Their women, their children are going off. Over in the Middle East, they got women. You had a account a while back where women were twerking on a pole. And you have all these accounts of all these women get puffed up with the pride and the whoredoms of Babylon.
What was they was I think it was in Atlanta. Before they was voting, they was promoting voting. They had a commercial with some strippers,
God.
saying Get on that pole.
Yeah, get on the get the pole. Get on the pole and vote.
Go to the pole and vote.
You know. It's just wickedness.
They had an old girl after. I think she was. I don't know if it was Black Lives Matter or some crazy ass girl. She was twerking in front of the Washington Monument. Which is that's idol worship right there, because those go back to I believe it's called like an obelisk or something. That's Egyptology, going back to Egypt. And that's supposed to resemble a penis. It's worshiping a penis, pretty much.
Right. And it's just continuously whoredoms, and continuously just making our nation, because we're not worried about any other nation. All right? We don't care about you other nations. We only worried about our nation. Okay. But we understand 2/3 of our nation will perish. And they're going to perish, and they're going to get this right here along with those that are Confederate. All right?
This is the book of Hosea, chapter 2, verse 2. It says, "Plead with your mother, plead, for she is not my wife, neither am I her husband." It says, "Let her therefore put away her whoredoms out of her sight, and her adulteries from between her breasts." Okay, you want to get that out?
So the whoredoms. Okay, go ahead, Slacky. Let's go ahead and read it again.
It says, "Plead with your mother, plead, for she is not my wife, neither am I her husband."
All right, so she is not my wife. That's talking about all these other Confederate nations. Talking about ultimately who birthed America. All right.
It's the UK.
God.
Great Britain.
Birthed America. All right. She's not the wife, and this is the whore daughter. All right. God. That the mother's even ashamed of, and you're coming to see that. If you watch the news, you know what I mean? You're seeing it already. Continue, Slakia.
It says, "Let her therefore put her away her whoredoms out of her sight."
Yeah, and they're going to put away her whoredoms out of the sight. Why? Because America has become a mockery. A mockery. I was about to say mocracy. A mockery. All right? Everybody knows that this place is trash and it's going down. All right? They look at the so-called leadership, all right, and they laugh. All right? They got old pedophile Joe, shaking and forgetting his lines.
Stumbling on
getting off the plane and so on.
How you fall upstairs? He fell walking up the stairs. That's just and that's a sign of weakness, bro. When you do that,
God,
have you seen another president? They might have slipped up or whatever, but I don't think we've seen another president actually trip and fall.
God, you have a partially senile president in office to lead a nation, a so-called nation. This ain't a nation. This is a laughing stock. Let me not say that. You're the challenge kid in that special class, all the way in the back of the yellow bus, that doesn't even need assistance because the ramp has you. Okay.
When the time comes, she's gonna pretty much Britain's gonna disown us. God. The only reason why they keep ties with us is because in this world, we America owes them money.
God.
It's a financial benefit, and that's pretty much how everything works.
But now it's coming to an end though. It's coming to an end where, hey, Britain's about to say, hey, we cut our losses. It's sort of like you make more. They make money off of the death. They'll make the money off of the death of this place. So they think. But this place is not going to be inhabited ever again. And that's when Yahweh Shai is going to crack those clouds and come on back.
And they're really laughing at our financial situation because the dollar about to crash,
Gone. And you think you're in a better case each and every day.
But yeah, America is the most prideful. Let's get in verse 3. It says, "Lest I strip her naked and set her as in the day she was born and make her as a wilderness and set her like a dry land, and slay her with thirst.
Because Yahweh Shemi Shai is going to strip this place naked, and it is going to be desolate. It is going to be a desert where desert creatures dwell. All right.
Hey, and before the northern tribe came over here, this was a land not known.
God.
This was an uninhabited land.
You can in a way say it was destined, even though it had an abundance of riches of animals and stuff. But this place, it's gonna be beautiful desert country.
It's gonna look like Death Valley.
God, it's gonna be a memorial. All right, it's gonna be beautiful in a different way. A memorial of the wicked, to know that this will never be inhabited again, and this will never happen again.
Because Yahweh Bashim Yahushai allowed it to get into the state that it did today.
God.
He has the ultimate control over everything on this earth.
On this earth, above the earth, beneath the water,
everything. So
everything.
He can. That in Ecclesiastes 11, he can make a man rich out of nowhere. He can. He could strip down, like you seen them apartment complex in Miami.
Con.
And out of nowhere.
Con. Thought you were in a good case. Everything is sound, but not that construction though.
Hey, verse 4. And I will not have mercy upon her children, for they be the children of whoredoms.
Con. And those children of whoredoms, who are those children of whoredoms? All right? 2/3 of our own people fall into that category because they follow after the way of the devil, their father. The so-called Esau Edom, so-called white man Esau Edom. Right. All right? Following after him in his philosophy, whether it be his pseudoscience, whether it be his iconoclasm,
whether it be going to
eat abominable foods,
or going to get the next cure,
or saying that it's okay that you don't have to obey, as a woman you don't have to obey your husband. You can choose and decide what you want. All right, there's order to everything, and that particular devil right there is the chief devil of all devils and has no order. His order is chaos, because he finds order out of chaos. His order.
That's how they get
that's their blessing
to follow them.
God, that's their blessing.
Because when everybody's in distress, they look to who they can see, and right now Yahweh Bashim Shai hasn't revealed himself yet, because he's staying in hiding.
God.
As it says in, I think that's Isaiah 40, book of Isaiah. He has yet to show himself because, you guys haven't proved your devotion to him,
God. But Yahweh Bashim Yahushua has made himself known unto Abaratazah, us brothers, and you brothers and sisters that listen and attend and adhere to the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability.
God.
The 1/3, so we can get up out of here.
That's right. All right. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 46, and verse 8. It says, "Come, behold the works of the Lord, what desolations he hath made in the earth."
Con. Yahweh Shem Yahushua has made desolations before, did he not?
Con.
First you had Noah and the flood, and this place was pretty much laid desolate, the earth. Con. All right? It was repopulated by 8 people. All right? It was laid desolate. He had to, take what he had to take on the ark. If you want to know more about that count, go ahead and pick up the book. All right?
Right.
As well as, what other account? Sodom and Gomorrah.
That's right.
Laid that desolate. All right? Save 3 out of Sodom and Gomorrah. 3. So how much more is Yahweh Bashim Yahushai going to do to this place when he said the sins, this has, roughly paraphrasing scripture, has exceeded the sins of Sodom and Gomorrah?
Kind of, back in Revelations, verse 11 and 8, it says we're likened unto a place that's spiritually Sodom and Gomorrah.
Gone. All right. Hey, I got one. This is the Book of Lamentations, chapter 1, and verse 1, and it reads, "How doeth the city sit solitary that was full of people? How is she become a widow? She that was great among the nations and princes among the province, how is she become? How has she become tributary? All right. So how has she become a desolation? All right. How is she? How is this place America that was amongst other nations, the land of the opportunity? Back in the 50s and 40s, this place was paved with gold if you asked other nations. Now that's America. They thought America was heaven.
Hey, that's why everybody was going over here.
Gone.
For even, later, you had the gold rush and everything like that,
Gone. I'll get verse 2. It reads, "She wipeth shore in the night, and her tears are not, and the tears are on her cheek. Among all her lovers, she hath none to comfort her. With her, they are become her enemies."
Okay.
All right? So all those other nations are going to turn. They're going to turn on this whore.
You got, right now you could just name a few. You got Iran,
You got Iran.
You got
Iraq.
North Korea.
North Korea.
China.
And then you got the ones that are confederate with them that are going to turn on them.
Right.
And China was confederate with America until of recently. All right?
That's what it's all gearing up to, This is going to be the book of Jeremiah, chapter 50, and verse 38. Reads, "A drought is upon her waters, and they shall be dried up." So relate that to the water. She sits on many waters. All them embassies ain't gonna beat her no more, cause ain't none of them fucking with you no more. It says, "And they shall be dried up, for it is the land of graven images, and they are made upon their idols. Therefore, the wild beasts of the desert with the wild beasts of the lands shall dwell there, and the owls shall dwell therein."
Con. And who's that? Read that from the top again, Slack.
It says, "Therefore," when we get at 38,
Con.
It says, "A drought is upon her waters, and they shall be dried up, for it is the land of graven images."
So who's that land of graven images? All right, this is America. You can come here and worship what you want to worship. You can worship a cat, dog, bat, rat, hermaphrodite. You can worship a fork.
And
call it a religion.
And they got symbolism everywhere. They got statues everywhere.
God.
Even that go back to Rome.
Look at the medical sign of the medical field. All right. You got just tons and tons of things.
We even getting another statue of liberty for
what? We're getting another statue of liberty so she can be delivered and so she can be destroyed. Abaratazah, she gets here on time. All right? So she can burn in the fire as well. That thermal nuclear fire.
You still got statues of Rome out here. Down in Vegas, you got Caesar's Palace. They got a bunch of that shit.
Con.
You got the Ark of Titus. There's 3 of them.
Yeah.
if one wasn't enough.
Hey, they continue on. All right.
Let me continue. It says, "Therefore the wild," this is verse 39, "Therefore the wild beasts of the desert with the wild beasts of the lands shall dwell there, and the owls shall dwell therein." and it shall be no more inhabited forever, neither shall it be dwelt in a generation from dwelt in from generation to generation, as Yahweh overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah and the neighbor cities. As the powers overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah and the neighbor cities thereof, saith the Lord, so shall no man abide there, neither shall any son of man dwell therein. You know, he gonna do this land just like Sodom and Gomorrah.
Con. Hey, and it's gonna be a beautiful, beautiful day, because Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is not a man that he should lie nor slack, roughly paraphrasing scripture. All right, this place is wicked. All right, the decrees that go forth out of this place are trash.
And Israel gonna get it too.
Con.
You know, because it's not gonna get it as bad. It's still gonna be habitable.
Con.
But they gonna feel that the wrath of the Most High. You got something?
No, that's it.
I got one more I want to grab. This is this is the book of Revelations, chapter 18. I'm gonna start at 4, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, "Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues, for her sins have reached unto heaven, and Yahweh hath remembered her iniquities." It says, "Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works.
God.
And the cup which she hath filled to her double."
Hey, fill to her double. So Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is going to make sure that this place is hit with every nuclear missile, every ICBM, all right? Intercontinental ballistic missile. It is in his arsenal.
Because, you know, they were, and think about it, they were the creators of, you know, they were not the creators, but they were the first to use, you know, the A-bomb, you know.
Gone.
So we're going to get hit with double of that.
God.
Double of all the it's like not us.
Yeah, I was about to
America
say. Abaratazah, not us. Abaratazah, not us.
By then.
Yeah, God.
But they're going to get hit with double of everything they did. Double of every war, every, you know, iniquity they created. You know, it all added up because all the sins are you know, from, there's a saying that, you know, everything looked the same from the top. So all those sins is just piling up, and it don't matter what level of sin it is. It's just stacking up.
It's an abomination unto Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right, and to the men and women that follow after him. All right, because we are like-minded. All right, this place has got to go. All right, and the sooner the better.
All right.
But. I got that.
We just closed out, you know, Lord willing, this was edifying. You know, we want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh,
Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, HaKadosh.
Double honors to the apostles and elders, the great millstone, teach and rule well. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. You know, to the next time, Shalom.
Shalom.